Day of July. Today we have moon in Pisces and the sun is in Leo. So we're about to wrap up a cycle. It is an important cycle. So this cycle started in February 2026 when we had a lunar eclipse. And we also had a new moon in Aquarius, from what I believe. And we've recently had a full moon in Aquarius on the 29th of July. This is a very important transit. There are interesting transits that are happening this year. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about the transits. What I want to say is I want to describe the background of where I am right now. So right now I am watching the beautiful sunset. I am in a very spiritual, beautiful park, and I'm looking at the sea, and it's just a really beautiful setting. So as I am connected with the moon in Pisces, so moon in Pisces is connected to Neptune. It's connecting to our dreams, our unconscious. So you might be having more vivid dreams around this time. I would suggest to have a notebook with you, so you just make note of the things that appear in your dreams, because you'll be able to recognize it and just get some signs about the new cycle that we are starting. And I also want to say that at this time it's very important to connect with the water element. If you are near a sea or a lake, getting near a body of water, it can be very, very healing right now. I don't know if you know this, but water has a certain frequency that can be very healing. There are studies that say that if you look at a body of water for about 20 minutes, you can relax. So it's very healing for the nervous system. So yeah, water can be very, very healing. I would also suggest that it is an interesting way to, you can program water. You can search on YouTube. There are some very interesting researchers who study the patterns in water and the frequency of water. Water carries a certain frequency. So one thing that you can do is, for example, you can have a glass of water and you can set an intention with that water. So you can set the intention that this water is healing, this water is gonna make you feel better, you know. You can think of what would you like to manifest in your life, but especially how you want to feel, you know. Water rules the emotions, how we feel. So you can write down on a piece of paper or just think about it before you drink your water, and think that this water is going to bring healing. It's going to make me feel calm and relaxed. It's going to bring peace and joy. And as you drink the water, just visualize this feeling and know that this water can bring a lot of joy and relaxation. So Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. What I can say about this axis is that we've recently shifted the north nodes. So we had south node in Virgo, north node in Pisces, and we've changed. Now the south node is in Leo and the north node is in Aquarius. So we move from South Node is very analytical, very focused on details and routines. Pisces is more of a dreamer and likes to go with the flow. And we're changing signs from earth and water, we're changing signs to air and fire. But it's important to know that we need all the elements. So because right now there are a lot of planets that have the energy of water and earth. So right now there are a lot of planets who shifted, and there's a lot of air and fire right now in the air. And you can see that with your friends in the workplace, but also at a global level, because things tend to escalate very quickly. Conflicts tend to escalate very quickly. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of conflict. So one thing you can do is to ground yourself, go to the park, go to the beach, just have a plant in your house or in your apartment. Just connect with the earth, because that's going to bring more healing. And it's not a selfish thing to do, like sometimes people feel as though they need to be connected all the time, they need to watch the news, they are not allowing themselves to be happy because there's so many things happening. Actually this is not a bad time in history. Actually things are, like, it is challenging, but we've always had challenges and we've always persevered. And in order to raise the frequency, we can raise our frequency, so the frequency of joy and love. So actually, if you're doing things that you love and are making you happy, you're actually healing the collective. Pisces is very artistic, so I would recommend to listen to your favorite music. I'm thinking of some artists that have that Piscean energy. I'm thinking of Sade. I'm thinking of Rihanna. She's more upbeat. Prince. There are many artists, but you can listen to whatever music brings you joy. Spend time near water if you can, Do something relaxing, do something fun. Virgo is such an overworker, so we need to do the opposite of that. So if you can take some time for yourself, that would be wonderful. You can, maybe do an intuitive painting, watch a movie, do something that is fun, relaxing, uplifting, because that's gonna be very healing for you and for the others. Yeah. And Pisces is more feminine, is more, introverted. So if you feel like, canceling plans, just being on your own, doing your thing, I would highly suggest that. I would highly recommend that. I don't have that much to say. I'm just enjoying the moment, being in the present moment. It's a beautiful day. Things have been quite intense in the last couple of days, especially with the astrology that is going on right now. So we had the Barbo basket, which it looked like a perfect basket, and the outer planets were all at a 4-degree angle. So it was Pluto, Jupiter, Uranus, I think another one. But yeah, things are not going to change overnight, but things are going to change for the better. We're going to see a lot of exposure. So we're going to see that the people who have been in charge, or people who had that celebrity vibe, some of them, they're going to become irrelevant. Secrets are coming to light with this energy. But it's very important to take care of ourselves. and it's very important to bring healing, love, and compassion to ourselves, especially if you're a healer, if you're an empath, if you do energy work. You can sometimes overgive, and you know, the best thing you can do is to give some of that love to yourself and just do something fun, do something nice for yourself. I also want to add something very interesting. So, as I said, we've changed the North Node and the South Node. So, we have the South Node in Leo, yeah, and we have the North Node in Aquarius. What I want to say about this is that Leo is connected to the inner child, and Aquarius is the second chance at childhood, you know? So it's 2022 as I'm saying this. So this is a number about balance. So yeah, Leo loves to be playful, also loves to be the center of attention. Yeah, and loves to have fun, you know. He's very passionate, has a lot of energy. And Aquarius is about, you know, just taking care of your inner child, but through community. So one thing that can be helpful with this energy is that if you feel guided to do something, to take a course, join a community, just do it. It doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to commit to it for long. Just have fun. For example, if you want to join a pottery class, an art class, if you want to meet with people and do yoga in the park, if you want to have a one-day trip, is those micro moments of connection that can be very helpful and very healing. You know, if you want to go and grab a coffee, you can leave the car and just go for a walk in the city, go have a coffee, talk with the barista, you know, make friends wherever you go, just make a connection. It's through community that we're going to heal. I really, really strongly believe that. So Leo is the king, Aquarius is the rebel. So with Aquarius energy, you know, we had the full moon in Aquarius, we have Pluto in Aquarius, so it's gonna be a huge shift. Pluto is the oh my god, I just saw a dolphin. Wow. That's so beautiful. Dolphins are so beautiful. So yeah, so Pluto is the energy of power. Scorpio is connected to Scorpio energy. So we're gonna see even more development into AI and technology. We're gonna see also the dark side of that. We're gonna see the dark side of social media. I think more people are gonna get off social media and they're gonna build more connections. That's something I struggle with as well, but I'm not gonna shame myself for it. I'm just, you know, when I'm outside, I'm not so keen on being on social media, so that's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, it's about meeting your people, meeting your soul tribe, making connections, just doing things that we enjoy. You could you can have like new traditions, like make tradition with your family, extended family or friends to cook a Sunday meal and meet, go camping. It's a really good time to have fun. So August can be quite intense, but it can also be very healing. We have a lot of energy, the 8-8 portal. And then we have eclipse season, so it's a very good time to take a vacation, to heal, to ground, to connect with your inner self, your inner child. Just do something that you love and that you enjoy, that brings you happiness. Sometimes it can feel selfish because the world is in the state that is in, but it's not selfish. It's actually very, very healing. One thing you can do is, if you can meet with friends and family and just send healing thoughts to those who struggle. Yeah, Pisces is also about the connection with the divine, and also to recognize that the divine is in ourselves. Sometimes, especially with social media and just all this information, sometimes it can be very challenging, because some of us might think that in order to make a decision around a career or love or things like that, we need more information, we need more self-help books, we need more and more information, like Virgo energy and Capricorn energy. And Pisces remind us that the answers are inside, that we already know what we need to do. If we quiet the mind, if we spend time in nature, we're going to be able to receive intuitive messages. Just go with the flow and just accept that you might not feel that you know exactly what's the path ahead. Especially in the next couple of weeks, the energy can still be quite intense. And if you're looking to make a major decision around a career change, or you want to move, or you want to things like that, it's important to take it slowly. Especially, we have Gemini and Aries and like very impulsive energy, so be careful to not start arguments, to not start arguments at the workplace. Just be careful with the impulsivity, because this energy is like from 0 to 100, and we're gonna see that at a global level, but also on a personal level. So be careful with that. Just take a step back, relax. And because this energy can be very intense, it's if you're not feeling guided to, it's better to wait before you start a new thing or a new business. It's better to wait and feel the energy, feel that if it's the right thing for you to do or not. Things are going to be okay, and you have time to do what you want. This is an energy about connection with your heart. The divine is in ourselves. We all have that spark within us. So it's a very, very good energy to connect with friends if you feel like, or just do something that you enjoy, do something that you love, do something new, do something exciting. It's such a beautiful energy. I notice that when I go outside, when I go for a walk, I am able to feel more present and more connected. We're all connected. If you're hearing this message, I think it's not a coincidence. I'm very happy that you're on my page. I hope you have a really wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy yourselves. I hope you take your time and do what you love. And I'm very, very grateful for you. I noticed that by being in nature, I feel connected to the trees, I feel connected to the animals, I feel connected to the one. Whereas when I spend too much time indoors, or when I spend too much time online, I feel actually more disconnected. Maybe there's a message for you. If you feel guided to do something that I used to love as a child or as a teenager, I would highly recommend it. I've actually listened to my playlist when I was a teenager, and it's been really, really fun to do. I also went to an amusement park. You know, I used to be more of a depressive child. I used to resonate with Sylvia Plath, and I used to be more depressive and anxious, and I thought I was cool. But actually, it's very cool also to be a bit cringe, or to go to an amusement park, or just do something silly, do something playful, dance to your favorite song like nobody's watching, because nobody really is watching or cares. So yeah, it's time. You can experiment if you want. If you're a woman, you can experiment, or a man, you can experiment with makeup or fun colors. It's the best time. August is the best time for vacation, for doing something fun. And yeah, it's a really, really nice time. Thank you for listening to my message. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Till the next time. Bye bye.